Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel. So on today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to coil the ends of your braid without rod. So we're going to be doing the threading method. All we'll be needing is thread and hot water to achieve this beautiful coily pattern. So you can use this on a boss braid, on a weaving, provided you want coils at the end of your braid. This has got you covered. So just pay attention to my hands and what I'm doing. You can see that the thread, when I add the thread, put the thread on the attachment, make sure that the first line you tight it very well. Like, you know, is it batawa they call it? I don't know how to pronounce it, but make sure that that beginning is firmly tight. And then when you're flipping the thread through the attachment, just make sure it's not tight. If it's tight, you won't be able to pull it back the way I'm pulling it right now. So that's what I want you to pay attention to. And on the next one, I'm going to explain better, just to make sure you understand what you're doing. Because if it's very, very tight, or if it's tighter than it should be, you won't be able to pull it back for it to have that fold that it has at the end right now. So you have to pay attention to that. You can see how nicely that really fold, and it's very, very tight by the time I was done. So with this, you'll be able to achieve a very good coil pattern. So what you need is thread. Put the thread together, maybe like 4 strands of threads, and then from the beginning, that first one you whip around, make sure it's tight. If you know how to plait this thread here, you understand what I'm talking about. So just make sure that first base is tight. And if you wash my hand carefully, you will see that the thread I'm just flipping it around is not tight to the attachment. If it's tight to the attachment, you won't be able to pull it back, like to get that coily pattern. You won't be able to do that. Just flip it through. It doesn't have to be tight. Then you pull it backward when it gets to the end, just like I'm doing right now. When you pull it, while you're pulling it down, you see that it's folding while you're pulling it down, just like it was now when I was doing this one. So at the end, you have to secure the ends very well, because if it's not properly tight, it might unravel. So you don't want that to happen. That's the reason why the minimum tie that I normally do on these coily braids at the end, I always do minimum of 3. So just do 3, and if you have extra thread, you cut it out. You can also use that thread to make another one. And what I do next, I like to measure it just to make sure that the coils are on the same length, so one is not longer than the other. So just to make sure I start from the same ends. So you see it at the end of the style, you see how it looks. So that's because I actually pay attention to where I start the coil. So just pay attention to this one I'm doing right now, and you're going to understand every bit of it. It's very simple. And one thing I want you guys to know is that sometimes you can make it bigger, depends on the kind of coil pattern you want. So if you want this exact coil pattern that I have on my client's hair, please just make sure that the gap is not more than this. So now I'm going to pull it backward. You see how it begins to fold from the bottom to the top. You see how it's squeezing up. Yes, that's exactly what you will get if you thread, if when you are passing the thread through it is not too tight, because if it's tight, you won't be able to achieve that. And make sure, like I said previously, make sure that the end is properly tight. So that is what you need to pay attention to. I'm going to do the next one. Just pay attention, look at what I am doing, you're going to understand it all. So make sure, like I said, make sure that the ends of the braid is properly secured. So you could see it, how it looked very, very tight. So when it's tight, the next thing you do is to put it inside hot water. So like I was saying previously, if you want the coil to be bigger, what you need to do is to give enough space on the thread when you are threading it through the attachment, like a big gap. If you want it smaller, do a smaller gap. So I'm going to do another video just to do maybe 3 methods on how to achieve different coil pattern on the ends of your braid. If you guys want that, please drop a comment in the comment section below, so I can do 3 different methods that you can actually see, practical example that you can see, so you can have idea of what to do. So when you are dipping the hair inside the water, please make sure that the water is very, very hot, so you can achieve a very defined coils at the end of your braid. So make sure the water is very, very hot. And before we go further, I just want to say a big thank you to you guys. The last video I posted about how to create coils, different coils on bow, how to add attachments. coily attachment on boho braids. You guys really wow me. That video is actually going viral right now, and I'm going to be leaving the link on the comment section, or I'm going to just fly it on the screen so you guys can see it. Well done. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you for those ones that dropped message on the comment section. That really helped the video to like go further to more people that would want to see it. So if you drop comments, it just give YouTube algorithm to say, oh, people are liking this video, so let's share it to more people. So that's the thing. While I was talking, I actually dumped warm water on the scalp of my client. That's because if the hair is a little bit tight, it just free the hair, like loosen it, make her to feel more fresh, and no pain, takes away the pain and the rest. A lot of my customer likes it. So by the time I cut the thread, I normally cut the thread from where I tied it. That 3 knots that I did, that's where I like to tie cut the thread. So I cut it from there, and look at what I got. Very beautiful. Funny enough, the day I did this hair, the next day someone saw her on the road and actually booked for an appointment. So if you live in Manchester and you are struggling to get a braider, please drop a comment in the comment section below. You can be my client. Yeah, I would say I'm one of the best braider in the UK. The hair came out really beautiful. My client love it, and the hair is so light, and the coil pattern is so beautiful. So guys, if you've watched this extent and you think you like this video, why don't you do me a favor by hitting on the subscribe button, press on the notification bell for you to be notified whenever I upload a new video. I do upload new videos every week, so if you don't want to miss any of my videos, please again, do me a favor by hitting on the subscribe button and press on the notification bell, and don't forget to drop a comment before leaving. Thank you so much for doing that. I love you guys, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.